Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Fantasy for the Ages, the show where father and son sit down and talk about fantasy, science fiction, and nerdy stuff we enjoy geeking out about. Today, we're coming to you with a book blast episode as Zach is bringing his spoiler-lite reactions to Death Masks, book 5 in the most brilliant of series, the Dresden Files. Okay, that's my bias coming through.
Yeah,
We'll see what Zach
let's
thinks
walk
about
back
that.
from that. That being said, of the books that are in this series that I've read so far, if you were going to try and make that claim, this is probably the best one for you to try to make that claim on me for.
Hey, so give us some more thoughts.
I did really
Death
enjoy.
Masks.
I enjoyed this one, partially because in a lot of ways, this departed a little bit from the normal order of things.
Meaning
It pulled on a lot of the same strings that I enjoyed in the third book.
And speak freely about the past books. It's just spoiler-lite for this one.
Cool.
Remember.
It brought religious stuff in a way that I thought was really interesting, mixing the religious with the supernatural, magic-y, arcane, with the real world, and all these different pieces. Having different power systems interspliced with each other, I think, is a really interesting mechanic. And seeing how this is, it's part of what I think makes an urban wizard like Harry Dresden work as a character in a series, having different things interacting. I also felt like it was a little bit less of a cop noir detective thing and more of a apocalyptic save the world thing. Does that make it better? Does that make that worse? I thought it made it better. Some people might really miss some of the noir aspects that are a little less in this book.
A certain woman of significance to Harry was back in this book.
Yeah.
In a very different way.
I mean, kind of.
What did you think about how that was laid out?
I think, one, we've not seen the end of it.
Okay.
That's pretty easy to see there. Two, there were certain parts of it that I think were forced and dumb, but not like horrendously. It was forced and dumb in the sense that the characters were forced and dumb, not in a sense that the author was forcing things and making dumb decisions.
Yeah. Okay.
The author was having the characters do that, which, like, I get it. Do I want to always read about it? Not always, but I get it.
Okay. There was that one scene. Yeah. Come on, there's some pretty hot stuff there.
I think we read different things. Was it spicier than Dresden has been in the past? Sure. Was it particularly spicy? It was white person spicy.
Okay. All right.
That's not a bad thing. It's just like I wasn't. Oh, I'm so embarrassed. I have to hide what I'm reading. No. And it lasted, what, half a page?
Oh, yeah, it was pretty quick.
It was like a paragraph.
Was this book a step forward for you in the meta-narrative of the whole Dresden Files arc? Or was it just a floundering little piece of fluff?
Yes, it steps forward, especially because it introduced another aspect of that spiritual section, that spiritual quadrant of the supernatural, that we hadn't heard of before. It gave us more lore and backstory into Harry and his origins within that, as well as dropping a little inkling, just a coin worth of something that'll come back later in some way, shape, or form.
That's good. That was well said, son. Nice and cryptic. Any other predictions on foreshadowing in the book? I mean, that was just a couple right there, but anything else while staying spoiler-lite want to hint at?
I really want to see a certain character who is the least supernatural of the supernatural people we know get a certain weapon affiliation at some point in the series. I think it's fitting, and I think it would be a great development for that character.
Yeah, that's cryptic because I'm not sure I can remember exactly which one you're talking about. But if you guys do know what Zach's talking about, agree or disagree in the comments. I'm going to ask him once we're offline here and say, what was that about? I hope you continue to enjoy and read the Dresden Files. Again, it's a series I love. It's all the way through 17 books now, and short stories and such. And there's so much richness as you get further in. This is adding to what you'll enjoy later.
At the end of the day, book five's a good one.
And there you've got it. Thanks for joining us, everyone. We'll talk to you next time.